I am not exaggerating when I say I have literally waited my whole life for this moment and to see this movie. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I am Robert Storms. As always, if you are finding my channel for the very first time, please do me a huge favor, smash that like, hit that subscribe button, and that bell notification. That way you guys can stay up to date on all future content. So I was born in 1984, right as the first Ghostbusters movie was actually coming out, and when I was old enough, like around 3 or 4, I just gravitated to Ghostbusters. I loved Ghostbusters. I have a long history in my childhood with Ghostbusters. I still remember dressing up like Peter Venkman, bringing the proton pack and the trap to show and tell in kindergarten. I still remember that moment. Ghostbusters has a huge place in my heart and my childhood, and I love those first 2 movies with a passion. I absolutely, every time it gets replayed in the theater, I go back and revisit that first movie every time. There's just a heart and passion behind that movie, and we don't see comedy like that anymore. But we're not here to review the first Ghostbusters. I'm just kind of going over my history with the franchise, with the cartoon, The Real Ghostbusters. I love that property, and it meant so much to me as a child. And I was extremely disappointed with the 2016 Ghostbusters, and not because it was a cast of all women, but they took the property and treated it with such disrespect. The comedy was all slapstick, goofy, non-funny, just slapstick comedy that isn't what Ghostbusters is about. They took the characters and the lore that we grew up with, and it was just a joke. It was all about making a statement rather than making a good movie. And I thought that was going to be the end of Ghostbusters. And then here comes Jason Reitman, the son of Ivan Reitman, the guy who helped write and direct the first Ghostbuster film. And sure enough, Jason Reitman, in my opinion, delivered the sequel that I've been waiting my whole life. I feel like I'm getting emotional here. This movie delivered on every aspect that I ever wanted from a Ghostbusters 3. I thought the closest I ever was going to get was that video game that they released, which was based off one of the original scripts for Ghostbusters 3, where all the actors came back and voiced their characters in that movie. Jason Reitman delivers, hands down. He captures the feel of what his father done in 1984 with the original Ghostbusters movie. It captured the heart. It captured the comedy. It wasn't such goofy slapstick comedy. The jokes were subtle and taken serious, and it was very, very funny. You go back and you watch the original Ghostbusters movie, and the littlest jokes, like, don't look at the trap, and then Egon's like, I looked at the trap, right? Such a little sentence is hilarious because it's the way it's delivered. They don't have to make poop jokes or shoot the ghost in the balls or talk about wontons when he get in. They don't have to make slapstick jokes in order to get the comedy across. And Jason Reitman delivered on what the heart and soul of Ghostbusters was. It was about these characters that took busting ghosts seriously, and yet they delivered with their comedic chops, and it was just phenomenal. The actress who plays the Egon's granddaughter in the movie, this girl is phenomenal in ways I can't even. The way she delivers and the way she is so serious and yet so subtle and so funny, and she plays a smart, intelligent character, and there's so much heart and depth in the character and the actress. Oh my God. If I could give an Oscar nomination to her, I would give an Oscar nomination to her. She was just phenomenal. The entire cast was great. Paul Rudd was great. You get Paul Rudd, you know what you're going to get when you get Paul Rudd. And Paul Rudd delivered great. You know, his comedy was on point. Very what I would expect from a Ghostbuster type movie. He delivered, and it was just on point. But that little girl who played Egon's granddaughter, that girl 100% stole the movie. She was fantastic. It was heartfelt. It breaks your heart in moments, and it delivered on every aspect. Now let's get to the plot of this movie. This plot is the sequel to Ghostbusters 2, and I don't want to give too much away because it will actually spoil the actual film, and I don't want to do that to anybody. Yes, does it have similar beats to the first original Ghostbusters? Absolutely. But the beats and similarities make sense for what they're trying to do, what they're trying to tell. And I think the movie delivered on that aspect. I thought the special effects were phenomenal. I thought the story was perfect. It was small scale, but large in scope. I just loved the heart. I'm going to come back to that all the time. I love the heart and feel of this movie. It felt like Ghostbusters. It felt like the natural progression. It didn't feel like they were hitting us over the head with an agenda. Like, oh, see, we got to get these kids in here. We got to make these kids diverse. They weren't hitting ourselves over the head with agenda. They were just telling a story. And that's the best way to deliver. There's a lot of surprises, a lot of heartfelt surprises in this movie. The theater cheered several times. The first time you hear the sirens go on Ecto 1, it just rushed like emotions all over me, and I wept several times in this movie. This movie has brought me to tears, and it is without a doubt my favorite film of the year so far. This was a movie, like I said, I've waited my whole life to see. I thought the movie was phenomenal. It delivered. Jason Reitman and everyone involved in this movie needs to be congratulated. I don't know what other critics are saying about the film. I have not watched any reviews. I don't even know what the Rotten Tomato score is. I don't care, because I am a fan of this property, and I waited my whole damn life to get this movie, and this movie delivered on every aspect that I wanted to deliver. I thought it was phenomenal. I thought the actors all involved were fantastic. I thought Jason Reitman was fantastic. Just across the board, this was the movie for me. If you are a Ghostbuster fan, you will not be disappointed. This is, to me, this is like the Creed to Rocky. This is the Ghostbusters sequel that we deserved and we finally got. Well, guys, that's just my opinion on it. I want to know what you guys think. How do you guys feel about the movie? Have you seen it? Leave those comments in the comment box below. Be sure to smash that like button, subscribe, hit that notification. That way you guys stay up to date on all future content. And until next time, as always, I'm Robert Storms, and that's my opinion.